Hey, hello peeps. I am 1111 Code. Right, today I want to talk about my awakening and then what you do next. I sometimes wonder how awake I really am. So I wasn't really going to do this video, to be fair, but I watched Warrior Princess's collective reading, tarot reading this morning, or what's that, this morning, probably an hour ago. So I got inspired to do this video really. So yeah, if I go back to beginning, before my awakening really, if I say it is an awakening, because it wasn't like I had something happen to me significant, overnight. People talk, they've got stories of an awakening, Kundalini. Well, it wasn't like that for me. I'd say 2015, I got into Nibiru. That was my first thing, maybe, was started something, because I got some belief into that. And then really into 2016, that's when I got into quantum physics. And I felt like I understood it, straight away. I thought, I'll get it, and yet I shouldn't be able to get this. But me personally, I felt I knew what quantum was all about, which led me to Nikola Tesla, the great man. And then he was telling me about the 369. He's even talking about law of attraction without using that word. And I was thinking about free energy. There's probably free energy out there. This is all being hidden. And then I kept seeing 1111 on the clock. And that one I couldn't explain. I was thinking, what are you saying to me? Like 1111 all the time. So I had to research the numbers, which got me into the numbers. And then, I haven't looked back since then. So I'd say in 2016, that was my awakening through that process of learning. Really woke me up to something. What that is, I'm not quite sure. So you go and look, you go and research, I suppose, or find out, because even from a young age, I've had experiences where, I thought this ain't it. There's something else. There has to be. So that's probably hence why you look into the knowledge to see if you can find anything. But at the same time, that can be a distraction, because while you're out there seeking knowledge, you're not going within, but sometimes to give that within a bit of clarity, you want to look out there to see other minds are thinking the same thing, or there's a material aspect to that, because you feel the story's been changed. Everything internal has been changed to external stuff to keep you external. This is what I was thinking, because I've looked at a lot, I've done a little list here. Things like 9/11, I think that was an inside job. The chemtrails in the sky, maybe blocking the sun out so we don't get our cosmic rays, to upgrade ourselves. Let's always take it back to within. The Black Knight satellite that orbits the Earth, been there maybe up to 13,000 years. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is it. This is what I've researched and found out from whoever's put that there. Same as the Illuminati. Well, I did say the other night that Tupac told me about the Illuminati 20 years ago, so I thought there was a control system going on anyway. And with the Masons, all that symbolism everywhere, i.e. like this. I've done this tarot board because that's another thing I've looked into, sacred geometry. I'm calling this my tarot board because I pulled some tarot cards and I wanted to do on this. And I've done the Star of David, as you'll see, and I've incorporated the numbers on it, which, from my learning, the 147, so that's why I've done the triangle this way, is the code for the number 3. And then you've got the 2, 5 and 8, and that's the code for the number 6. So then the centre can be 3, 6 or 9. And that's what Tesla was teaching me. So anyway, I've took that a bit further than that, but I'm probably going off a bit again. I'm just getting into things what I've been learning. Like you learn, like with the internal stuff, that's what I enjoy. You know, I enjoy the word. You know, playing with words, thinking about the words you're using, trying to do mindfulness on what you're doing. You know, how your inner voice is saying to you, you know, because we use our inner voice for our intuition, but also that chat, I would say, I call it chat, and people meditate to turn that chat off, which is fine. And I feel there's always a duality going on, so there's got to be another way of looking at it. So I see that in the chat, don't turn it off, actually sit and listen. So you can meditate and turn it off, and also you can sit and listen to that inner chat, and then try and change that. Because if you don't like what you're listening to, try and put your thought over the top of what you've listened to. And then in time, you keep putting them thoughts over the top, you'll overlay it, and then it'll go into the subconscious. So then you're controlling a bit of your chat. You know, you're definitely going to start hearing it. And I think there's a lot of your essence in there. You know, that's where I'm going with it. So I keep going off, don't I? But yeah, I was talking about my journey, yeah. Just what I mean, you could end up learning loads of things, looking into things, because you want to answer the question, you know, the ET question, you know. That's what got me here started on Nibiru, and that's the ET, that's Enki and Enlil, you know, the Anunnaki, you know, there's the Pleiadians, there's Antarctica, you know, maybe a crashed UFO there, or, you know, there could be secrets there could be more land, you listen to Admiral Byrd. You know, it's like a who knows thing, you know, it's a game of cat and mouse, like, well, it's like that rabbit hole, you know, there ain't a bottom and stuff, it's just keep going and going and going, so it's how far you want to go with it, maybe, you know, I've looked at a lot of things, I'm not claiming anything, because I don't know anything, but I'm only finding my own truth in all the Maya, and I mean the Maya as, you know, the vowel, not as the Maya, as the Mayan, who I love the Mayan, hence the calendar. But yeah, what I'm trying to get to is this, really, what Lois said, Warrior Princess, sorry, on her collective reading, she hit a nail right on it. It's about balance. You know, I just think that's the only thing I would say. If anyone said to me, what would be your best advice? And I would say, get your balance, get in the centre, try and stay centred, you know, because there's good and bad. Let's just say there is good and there is bad. So what part of that, when did good turn to bad? You know, you can't pinpoint it. It's all in degrees, like hot, cold. Where's the point when it actually goes to cold? There isn't one, it's all at degrees. So I really want to centre our degrees, and then you're not either side, like yin and yang, you know, the balancing act, I suppose. You know, and then when I'm balanced, when I'm in there, I'm thinking about my exit plan, you know, why not? You know, I feel like, what teaching have we got on that? Let's pretend, or let's just say then, we do go from here then, you know, we're not going to stay here and we can move on. You know, I haven't seen a lot of teachings in that, you know, what happens or what you do or what plan can you make. So, you know, I'm making my own plan, you know, I've got an internal plan, so just in case. I don't want to pass and then go, oh, I feel lost, like, what happens now, you get scared or whatever. I have an idea, or hopefully I am. But yeah, that's all I'm saying really. I wasn't sure whether to do this video, but I got inspired to do it. I'm kind of happy I have that. You know, I'm trying to explain my journey really of, you know, I can carry on learning, I can keep looking. Sometimes I ain't gonna feel I'm gonna get the answer to a lot of my questions I've got. You know, even this flat earth versus globe, you know, I can't have we're on a globe. I didn't know it was on a ball and it's spinning and we're bombing through space. Somehow we're staying on it, you know, and we're getting eclipses and all these planets are following us as well. And you can measure, you know, where all the stars are, how if you're moving. So I just feel we're stationary, more than likely flat. The ancients had us like that with like a firmament over the top, like a globe, like, you know, like a dome. So yeah, that's another theory. But where I've gone with it, I've done a bit of math. I can't help it. I do like the numbers, and it leads you to a vortex of some sort. So there must be a vortex here in my mind. It's only where I'm coming from. So I see it as like we're in a toroidal field, and we've got our own torus field as well. And I feel there's a, I can't say there's proof, and of course not, but I feel there's going to be measured. You could probably measure our electromagnetics coming out, and when your heart and mind are connected, that's when we get our electromagnetics, and that's how toroidal field would work on that. So Earth could be sitting in there as a flattish plane, and the dome they were looking at as the ancients, that's the toroidal field. You know, they're just putting it in a picture to make it more simple. I don't know. But anyway, that's part of my awakening, you know. I feel like you get to your own truths and things, you know, because you've got to, haven't you, really? You know, it's not, I don't want to cling on to like someone and go with them, to be fair. You know, I'd like to take some of their thoughts or perceptions and it might match mine, which is like, that's good, because you've got polarity there. You're not entering duality, because if you're not agreeing, your mind's here, yes, and that's their mind. If you're not in agreement, then you've got duality. But if your minds are coming together, you've got polarity. So that's, for me, I welcome that on. That's what I'm about, really. If I'm connecting, then I feel yes. You know, there's no duality there. Because it was hard work getting away from duality in the reality we're in. Because that's the biggest, really, deception of your perception for me. Because they want the separation to keep the duality here. You know, we want to come together. So when we've got polarity, so then duality won't exist. So then it will be all good. It will be. Or you'll be all good. You know, you find it within then. Because that is duality, is in love, hate, you know, male, female, good, bad. You know, if you can see beyond all that, see beyond, because you know that there's going to be that here. If you know duality exists on this plane, you will know that you're going to experience or see things which you don't resonate to. But that's duality, what's here. So if you can get over that, then you're not entering that, because you don't really know it exists. So you're doing observation there. There's no judgment going on. And that's why I try and like put myself all the time, because I'm observing myself. So that's mindfulness. And then I want to observe the outer world. That's it, just as an observation. No judgment there. I really don't judge. I really try and not. Well, I know I don't. That's observation. I just think that's what I woke up to. That's my biggest learning so far. Is getting out of duality and sitting in polarity. Because in polarity, I'm happy. I'm happy here. You can't be touched. Because, you know, I'm just observing what's going on. You know, I'm like a flower. You're a flower, yes. You're just growing out. You're happy growing out. You're happy. You've got the sun shining on you. You know, you're being a flower. You know, I'm happy over it. And that's how I feel with my polarity. I'm here. I'm happy. Whatever's going on around me, that's all good. That's all fine. You know, and if it comes my way, then I feel that's me. That's a lesson for me, or I've attracted that in somehow. I don't know, a test, because sometimes I feel you've got to be careful, like on these sort of videos, you know, what I put out, because I feel when I've got my polarity, I've got my power. So if I put things out, I could be entering duality, and I don't want to be entering duality, so I have to let my essence self tell me like to do it, and then I'll disclose it. So that's how I've been doing my videos, really. I want to share as much as I can share, not that I'm saying I know anything. Really, I've probably don't, you know. It's only my perception. You know, I ain't making no claims. I don't want to be anyone anyway. I want to be no thing, no one. Hence the name I've got, you know. I do, mate. I don't like my birth name, you know, I was given that. day that I was given it really, and it's encoded in my date of birth first, because we do the first day here in England. So it's the day, month, year. So mine's the 1st of the 11th, 1971. That's encoded there. That's why I love it as well. But I found that out after, after I picked the name, I've realised it's in my date of birth. What's that about? So, yeah, that's another thing. That's a synchronicity right there. And that's what I'm into. Like, yeah, I'm going to say this, because I do like this. I feel like when you get into the numbers and you're seeing 1111, you're looking at a clock so different now. Because the numbers on the clock tell you things. It could just be the 2 digits past the number. And, it could add up, it could be 32, right? 832, and then 1232, 732. You keep seeing it. So that 32, always reduce it down to the single, which will be 5. And then look into the number 5. What's that meaning for you? You've got a meaning for it, then there's your answer there. And sometimes for me, I could be thinking of something like, I wonder if this is right. And then I look at the clock and it might be 11:11. So then I'll go with it. Because there's a synchronicity. That's what I'm looking for. Because I feel there's an algorithm, there's a pattern. It's all to do with sound and the word. That's why I know the word's powerful. That the sound came before the word. So that's where I feel that there's all power in that, in synchronicity. So you can somehow, there's a guidance system there. Maybe that was in place, especially if this is a simulation, If, like, my saying for, like, before you wake up, now if I woke up, I'd say I escaped the matrix. That's just what I like saying, I call that the matrix, so it's easy. And then, like, you feel like I went through the gateway of the number 11, out onto the field of, like, knowledge, left the matrix behind. And then you're thinking, what am I going to, all this knowledge out here, you can get lost in all the knowledge, there's so much there. It's like I was standing in a field of knowledge, like, knowing nothing. I can't add no knowledge to this field. I can plant no seeds because I know nothing. I'm hoping that I'm learning and I'm planting seeds in myself and they're growing and they're going to flower because I'm a bit of flower. And just, just be my essence self. So anyway, I might end it there. I think I'm done. I've got to say thank you for watching. If you are watching this, thank you. I appreciate that. I love all my subscribers. I love you all anyway. So I am peace. I am love. I am 1111 Go. Have a good day. Thank you.